Welcome to this episode of A Few with Frank. This week we spent a night down in Great Wolf Lodge in Naples, Florida, here with my son Frankie. We want to talk a little bit about the pros and cons and some tips to get through Great Wolf Lodge. So let's talk a little bit about our overall experience. We'll start with Frankie. Frankie, how did you like the park?
It was fun. I liked the water park, and I liked all the activities that they had for the kids.
What were some of your favorite things to do?
Water park, the candy shop.
Candy shop. We spent a lot of time at the candy shop.
Yeah.
What about bowling?
Yeah.
Like bowling too? Anything you didn't like?
Not really, no.
Not really? Good. A couple of the other pros that I thought were really well done there. So they allow you to use the park the day of your check-in. So check-in's not until 4 o'clock. However, we got down to the park probably about 10 o'clock. We checked in at a kiosk and we were able to use the park that day. We also found out that if you had checked out the next morning, you could use the park all day that day too. So I thought that was great. So I also enjoyed the water park. I thought it was clean. I thought it was safe. It was an enjoyable afternoon. A couple of the cons that I wanted to talk about. They try to create the Disney experience, but they haven't quite met that. It is expensive, and they have a number of packages that are available as well that are kind of confusing. And we'll talk about what we did wrong in our visit. So Frankie, what did you think when we first got there?
Very busy, crowded place with long lines.
Yeah, the lines were definitely long for check-in, and so they do have a self-check-in kiosk, which is great. We were able to use that. That went fairly smoothly. They just dispensed our wristbands, so we were ready to go to the water park within 15 minutes of being there. Frankie's holding up the 2 passes, or the 2 add-ons that we purchased. We bought the Food and Fun Pass at the time we had made our reservation, and we added on the Pause Pass the day that we had checked in. The Food and Fun Pass, that gives us a $100 dining credit, and it was the breakfast buffet the next morning. And then the Pause Pass, it took care of a number of activities like bowling and mini golf and things like that. So I think in retrospect, we probably could have gotten away with just the Food and Fun Pass and skipped the Pause Pass. For the family of 3, the Food and Fun Pass was around $400 and the Pause Pass was around $300. There was some confusion on our behalf as to what each pass actually got us. And so when we went to do activities, we had the 2 passes. We weren't sure which one got us into that activity. And if you look at the back of this too, they check off things that you've done. So the Pause Pass included a Magic Quest game, which we didn't do. It included a wand, which we did get. It included arcade game credits, a small candy cup, a kid's ice cream. So a couple of things we did use there. We never did pick up the leather accessory, the swim goggles, or the virtual game of reality. And so there are things that we probably didn't use. We really didn't need to buy this pass for this trip. But with this pass being $300, I think if we had the activities that we had done, you can actually pay for separately too. And I think because we didn't use a number of things that were on this pass, that would have been the better route for our family to go. So Frankie, what kinds of things did we do in the water park?
Some bigger slides, some smaller slides. They had basketball. They had
How about the obstacle course that you tried to get through?
Yeah.
So they've got indoor and outdoor. So it is a busy place. And one of the reasons it's busy too is that they do sell half-day and full-day passes to the water park as well for guests that are not staying at the hotel overnight. So they have a number of food options at the resort. And so once we got there, we didn't go off-site at all. So we stayed at the park the whole time. So we had lunch the first day. That's pretty easy. You order through a kiosk. We had dinner that night at a restaurant called Fireside. And I got to tell you, that was one of the bright spots for this trip for my wife and I. So prices were pretty reasonable. The food was actually really good. The rooms are nice. They're basic. They've got the theme of the Great Wolf Lodge. They're decorated kind of cabin-esque. And so, Frankie, you had kind of a cool room though. What was your area like? 2
bunk beds, camping like theme. So
what was the light in your room?
Moon with stars.
So there are quite a few activities to do. So it is definitely a full day for a family to be there. And so Frankie, what are some of the activities that they have?
They have the virtual reality, the mini golf, the rope climbing. Then they have the arcade. They have the wand games.
Bowling? Bowling was kind of cool. It's a shortened, it's a five frame game. Smaller ball, shorter alleys, but it was fun. Actually, I enjoyed that quite a bit. You too? All right, so 2 other things that we did there. Frankie, who do you have in front of you, and where'd you get that?
I have Kermit, and I got him from the Build-A-Bear.
Yeah, so there's a Build-A-Bear workshop there inside the candy store. We have more candy here than the Easter Bunny has, I think, right now. And a couple other things that they do for the smaller kids. So they have a number of activities, like they've got kids yoga, they've got a dance party. So there's a lot of things for the families to do at the lodge. So Frankie, we had a good time.
Yeah.
So did you enjoy the water park?
Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoyed the water park too. It was a fun afternoon with Frankie. My wife didn't use the water park. She kind of sat out and watched us play.
Yeah.
So would you go back, Frank?
Yeah.
Yeah. For me personally, I think one time is probably good for me. I'm not a big fan of Disney or crowds, so this didn't check too many boxes for me. But it was good to see once, and I think my wife feels the same way.